The death toll in the region continues to climb as diplomatic efforts falter. Over 200 dead, the vast majority in Gaza. With Israel's Prime Minister signalling military operations would continue at full force in an effort to degrade Hamas's abilities. While Israel's strike on this building housing international media organizations continues to raise concern.
Journalists must be allowed to work free of fear and harassment. The destruction of media offices in Gaza is extremely concerning. This senseless cycle of bloodshed, terror and destruction must stop immediately. All parties must respect international humanitarian law and international human rights law.
Washington's chief diplomat asked at this press conference if he was privy to Israeli intelligence justifying its strike on the building.
Shortly after the strike, we did request additional details regarding the justification for it. I wouldn't want to weigh in on intelligence matters in this forum. It's not my place. I will leave it to others to characterize if any information has been shared and our assessment of that information. The broader point, though, remains, and this is really critical. Israel has a special responsibility to protect civilians in the course of its self-defense, and that most certainly includes journalists.
Blinken says their administration continues to privately raise concern with Israel about the safety of journalists operating in Gaza, but was pressed further on whether he had actually seen evidence to justify the complete destruction of the building.
I've not seen any information provided, and again, to the extent that it is based on intelligence, that would have been shared with other colleagues, and I'll leave that to them to assess.
His remarks coming after the third and first open meeting on the conflict in the UN Security Council Sunday, where China, Tunisia and Norway are leading efforts to negotiate an agreed statement that would add diplomatic pressure on the parties to stop fighting.
Let me again emphasize the importance of Council action. This is our third Council meeting on the matter this week, and we're all fully informed about the developments on the ground. It is now vital that the Council speaks with one voice to address the situation. And Mr. President, Norway stands ready to work with all Council members to find suitable language for expressing our deep concern for the situation, calling for an immediate cessation of hostilities and a ceasefire, and reconfirming our support for the two-state solution.
For now, airstrikes, rockets, and rising casualties. So for now, this conflict enters a second week with warnings from the UN Secretary General of an uncontainable security and humanitarian crisis that will foster extremism and make it even more challenging to reach the ultimate goal, which is a negotiated peace settlement birthing two states living side by side in peace and security, or as an increasing number of analysts frame it, a pipe dream. Sherwin Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.